Welcome to Talk Around Riyadh, the Wheel of Time showcast. I am your host, Joe Perry, here with my co-hosts, Jen Isgro and Tom Kokoza. How you doing, Jen? How's things going?
I'm doing great. I actually have a pretty interesting story that I wanted to share that happened to me today at the card store. So as you know, it's 2 days before Father's Day. So I, of course, left some of the cards I had to get till today. So I went to the store with my daughter, and there was a couple of people in the aisle. So we were like kind of walking back and forth, and I was like thinking out loud, talking to her, trying to figure out like what we still needed to get, you know. So then like a couple minutes after we get there, this woman that was looking at the cards just turns around and basically is like, "Can you just like be quiet?" to me? So I'm like, "Me?" She's like, "Yeah, like, I'm trying to read this card and I read it like 3 times and I don't even know what I'm reading. Like, you don't have to say, like, I don't have to hear every word everything that's going through your head or something." I was just like, okay,
Wow.
well, we're in a card store and I'm with my daughter, I'm shopping, so I'm allowed to talk in here. You
Yeah,
can't tell me not to talk.
we're not in a library.
That's exactly what I said. So I was like, I feel like old me would have just been like, okay, and like, sorry. But I'm like, no, like, I'm talking to my daughter, and even if I was talking to myself, too bad. I'm allowed to do that. So then he's gone back with me, and I did say, I was like, we're in a card store. This isn't a library. Like, you can't turn around and yell at me and tell me I'm not allowed to talk in here. I was like, if you need to silence for your card reading, you can go over there in the corner where nobody is. So whatever. Then she keeps going back and forth with me. And then I made this mistake. As soon as I said it, I knew I shouldn't have, but I was just like mad. So I was like, all right, happy Father's Day to your husband. And she goes,
What?
that was like an F off. And of course, she says, my husband's dead.
Oh, no.
Bitch. So now I'm just like, all right. I was just whatever. That was the end of the.
There was a couple of mistakes there. One, how do you know her husband's a father? Like that they have kids?
I don't know. I just came out of my mouth. And she could have never been married, whatever. But I was just like, it was like an F off to you. Your husband wants to deal with you. 2,
she might not be married. 3, it's not really even. It's not even a good burn, Jen. Just that's like the bottom of the happy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. I think it was a great burn.
No. Oh, yeah. Well, because her husband's dead, yes, it becomes a good burn.
How's your dead husband? No. Listen, I feel bad. And then I'm like, well, your husband being dead, it doesn't have anything to do with what's happening right now. So I was like, I'm not going to go any further with this. I just let it die. But then Olive's like, we should leave. I'm like, I'm not going to leave. I'm not going to hide in the store. Like, I'm going to finish my shopping. She's wrong. And there was somebody else there who was like mumbling to me, like on my side. So I knew I wasn't crazy. I'm like, you can't turn around and tell somebody you're not allowed to talk in a store.
You're like, You reminded me when you said like, even if you were talking to yourself, it reminded me of that Curb Your Enthusiasm episode with Larry David's at like the restaurant or whatever, or the cafe, and somebody's on their Bluetooth talking next to him.
Oh, yeah.
And he gets all angry at them. So then like he just starts talking to himself because he's like, it's the same thing.
Right.
And that everybody starts complaining about him talking to himself. He's like, it's the same thing. Like, no, whatever. I'm having a conversation with somebody on the phone. He's like, but to everyone else, it's the same.
Yeah. I don't know. So I was proud of myself for saying something to her, but then I'm like, what am I going to keep screaming at this lady in the card store? I'm like,
you should, when she said my husband's dead, you should have said, why don't you go join him?
No, I would have. Then I was like, if I say anything else now, I'm wrong. So I just was like, let it just die out right here. I'm like, I went, okay, whatever. And I just was like looking at the card and I moved on.
How are things with you, Tom?
I'm well, Joe. I don't have any sort of dramatic story where I bring up, lifelong trauma to somebody inadvertently. I plumbed today. I did some plumbing. I'm very proud of myself for that. So that was the extent of storytelling that I had. I had like a leaky water valve to turn on the water to my hose outside, and I had to replace that. And I was able to do that. And I was very proud of myself. Now I'm ready to do a show.
Tom, I'm going to have to say your story didn't even come close to Jen's.
No, it didn't. Well, I have to say, like, I could have made that story like, that story's like a 2. I might have made it like a 3.5, but what's the use? Jen's was like a 9. Like, I'm not going to get close to that.
You
I
should
just get it over with quickly.
You should have just stopped at I'm well. Just cut your losses.
It's true. You know what? You can edit the show. I'm well, Joe. Let's do the show.
All right, Tom. We've got the continuation of our ultimate main character ranking. Not last we met, but 2 episodes ago, we did 88 to 51.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to continue with 50 all the way down to 21. So just a quick refresher. This is our main character ranking. We picked 88 characters from the Wheel of Time, plugged them into this program, and people, you, the listeners, the fans, the people out in the community got to vote. And what it was is it would bring up 2 random characters and you'd pick which one you think is more of a main character. And it would keep going and going and going. There were over 43,000 votes, Tom?
Yeah.
All right. I'm not going to recap the names. Go back and listen 2 episodes ago and you could hear all about it.
That's it. It's on our website right now, the listing, right? From episode 1.
Oh, I don't even know if I took the link down. I got to check that.
Okay. I thought you posted the first list.
I did.
If not,
I definitely posted the list on the website, but you need to hear us break it down in the episode. So
that's true.
And
all right,
our genuine surprise at some of these. So
surprise. That's a word that that's not the word I would use for the feelings that I think some of us felt, but that's all right.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's do it. Number 50, Tom. You want to give it to us?
I do want to give it to you, Joe, all night long. Number 50 is Masima Adagar, aka the Prophet.
Okay, I just want to ask one thing. Just remind us who 51 was, just so I can have a comparison.
Sure. 51 was Sulin.
Okay, Sulin. Masima is number 50.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll buy that.
I'm good with him in this position. Again, I should have probably pull up the old rankings just so I can have something to compare with. But yeah, he seems good here compared with Sulin and some of the other characters I remember who already been mentioned. So I don't think I have an issue with that. He's definitely belongs higher than Galena.
That's it. Okay. As long as we've done that. I
mean, there's whole plot lines around him, like story arcs around him.
Yes, there's a huge section of one of the main characters' storylines, I guess.
Revolves
around him.
We might actually run into some issues where you're going to start saying some more names, and I'm going to be like, no, Masima belongs above them. So,
all right. So perhaps a second line has been drawn. So. In chat, I think there was an ask of where Galena was. Galena ranked 67.
Which I realized I probably should have put the number on the shirt. So we made the Casband line shirt. So you can go to our merch store and order one. I should have put the number 67 on the back, almost like a jersey.
Yeah, you should have.
Well, these will be the first edition. The second edition, you can have the number on the back.
Make them like the batting practice shirts with Casband 67.
Oh man, you totally should. All right. Going in at number 49. Oh, I'm personally very disappointed with this number. For this character, it's my favorite Forsaken, Samael.
Okay. I don't know. I'd have to go back and do some research on this one. Why do I feel like Masima had a larger role than Samael in the books?
I think he's in more of the books. I think that Samael is like, I guess from book 5 through 7, he's pretty heavily featured.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. He's in a couple books before then, probably maybe book 4, but yeah, book 5 through 7 is really Samael's arc. He's the best though, man. He's got all this stuff with Brendo.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's more of a main character.
Friend.
So's Bilal.
Yeah. Do we say
Bilal?
Not appearing in this list?
No, he didn't even make the list.
Didn't even make the list.
They should make like a side book about Bilal, like prequel. So we could see like how cool he actually was back then.
Yeah, he's just like really awesome. He's just skateboard.
Sure he is.
The worst Forsaken is cooler than like any other Dark Friend from that time period. So
that's true.
Yeah, it's like the worst MLB baseball player is way better at baseball than anyone you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kind of like that.
Unless you happen to know another MLB player.
Shut up.
Yes.
I'm actually.
This is a good comparison though. Like Masima and Samael, I think there's some work, some research to be done there. I don't know. I think that's close.
I'll tell you this: Masima got more positive votes. He just got more overall votes. So Masima received 435 out of a possible 992, but Samael received 428 out of a possible 974. So he just edges him out.
Yeah, that is close.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Moving on to number 48. Would be much higher if we were doing the show. Leandrin.
Wow, I'm surprised it didn't leak into these votes.
I think it did. She just disappears though.
48.
Like she just goes away at some point.
Yeah.
She kind of fades away, Leandrin. She does. She rises up, right? What do they say? The brightest flames burn the quickest.
There's a lot of characters that like
that's true, Tom. They
could be higher than this. You know, yes. like 48 is pretty hot. Like what did we start at 100?
88.
88. Okay, so she's like about midway.
She's 48 out of 2,700 plus.
Right.
People.
So like,
not that we put all of them in there because.
Right. We're gonna do a secondary character one next year where we'll
just do everybody.
Yeah. Which one is secondary to this?
Yeah.
Which one is worse? Vote for that one.
Yeah, she's got a big role in the beginning. I mean, even in the middle, right? When they go to Tanchico. I mean, book 4,
Yeah.
book 5. I don't even. Is she
book 5 is when? Yeah, book 4. She's big. In book 5 is when she starts to be completely under Mogedian's thumb. I think
she doesn't really do anything after.
You
book
don't really
4,
see
right?
her that much anymore.
I don't remember anything. I don't remember her affecting the story that much after book 4. Whereas Masima and Samael are kind of continuous throughout the. Well, you know, Masima's there till close to the end, at least.
Yeah. Although he's like not really. He's more of a presence than he is a character. Like he doesn't really get a lot of screen time, if you will.
Yeah. That's true. Leandrin does get a good amount of screen time. So, okay. These are all really close.
Yeah, I think, you know, directionally, these people are in the same realm. So we'll move on to 47. At number 40, at number 47, we have Aludra.
Ooh.
Okay.
So, I'll tell you, I think that she's way too highly ranked. I know that people really love her, but like she's a plot device. Like she's not I don't know. She's just somebody who is designed to eventually make canon. Like I never understood what the fascination was with Aludra really, and I don't think that she really has I don't know, a character arc or anything like that at all. So that's me. My take on it. I think she's very highly ranked on this list.
In terms,
yeah, like I don't think she should be above Samael
and Masima and Leandrin.
Now we have the Masamiel line.
Yeah, I don't think she should. I don't think she's above. I think she's around Galita. I think that's where she should be, around that line.
She's a fan favorite. I think just the character, her character, and her attitude and. She's just like a really likable character.
Yeah, she's cool, you know.
She's really cool. Yes, that's the good word to say. Like she'd be like really cool to hang out with.
So
she's like the Fonz of the Wheel of Time, I would say.
Sure.
Hey.
Except when she like pops her thumbs up, she's lighting 2 matches.
Yes. Yeah.
Where she's like popping down dynamite, like setting off TNT.
Popping down dynamite.
Just hitting the button.
Is that a new drug the kids like?
Just popping it down.
Popping down dynamite.
What was it? What was it? Was it crushing ants a few weeks ago?
Yes. Crushing ants.
Well, don't remind me.
Oh man. All right.
This is getting really difficult at this point. She doesn't really have her own story arc where, like she's more of like a tool, but she's a great character. So she's got, but there's no like arc. Like I would say Masima has more of a story arc than she does.
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't really necessarily change. She just levels up. And I feel like she's a living sort of Damocles. Like you as a reader know sooner or later she's going to figure out how to make canon. Like it's so heavily foreshadowed that that's coming that she's there with Matt. You're like, okay, sooner or later it's going to be there. And then it happens. You're like, oh, they're great.
Do you keep saying make canon?
I'm thinking the same thing.
Instead of making cannons or a cannon?
Yeah. I because I don't know. I was like, she's creating them.
Like they're pancakes? Or you wouldn't say I'm going to make pancake.
No. Like
make pancakes.
Yes.
Cannons.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I would say it more like create that form of make. Like that's
but I would still put the word "the" before canon,
or put an
it's
S at the
fine.
end
It
of canon.
sounds weird that you're saying
cannons.
Well, yeah.
I like Dana Lou saying something really good in here. She's the female Bail Doman, which she kind of is.
Oh, I'll take that.
Which means that
Bail
Doman should be next. But you're right. I bet he's much higher on this list. If he's on the list. I think he is. I think I saw him.
What? Of course he's on the list.
All right. Oh, I will tell you, because I just looked now. The next character is also somebody I think that is much more cool than actually heavily featured in the series or anything of that nature. It's Elias McCarran.
Oh God.
Right? That 46.
46. Above.
Again, I feel like he
like affects a lot, I guess.
As a main character, I would say Samael and Masima are bigger characters than he is.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too. I think again, this is another instance of someone's in the first book, and so they make a huge impression on people. Just because, that's
you read the most.
That's the most.
And he really doesn't do much after that. I mean, he pops up and he's around, but he doesn't do anything.
Yeah. He's just kind of chill.
He's an exposition dump, and that's really it. But I guess because he's a wolf brother, people are like, yeah, he's cool. He's a wolf brother. But
I think that's it.
I don't agree with. To be honest, I think Galena. He belongs below Galena. Galena has more of a story than he does.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. However, I do think the next person.
So I'm gonna have to contest this one. I think the fans, the voters got this one wrong.
I think so too. The next person
I'm sorry, Tom. How many votes did he get out of?
All right, so Elias got 440 out of 939 votes.
Wow.
So, still not more than 50%, but yeah, I'm getting there.
That's true.
All right.
Yeah, let us know when we hit the 50% mark.
I will. It's not yet. Okay. So coming in at number 45, it is Alviarin Frieden.
Okay.
Who I think might even be a tad bit low on this list.
I think you're right. I think I might be getting a little upset, and we might have Alviarin who should be moving up. I'm not sure until I hear the other names.
Yeah, let's see who's around.
But
I feel like she's probably more than the 47th character on
She's also more of a main character than everyone we've said before.
Yes, I would say this. This is definitely the most main character that we've named so far.
All right. We're all in agreement there. So then who's going to get shredded in a minute?
At number 44, our favorite band, Slayer.
Oh.
No, I don't know if anyone's getting shredded yet.
Oh, wow.
Slayer's big.
He comes up big towards the end, though, but he kind of he's a little quiet in the first half.
He hits big in book 4, and then he like just chill. He's kind of in the background for a while, and then he comes back with a vengeance at the end. Yeah.
This is tough. Wow. This is good
because we've had a lot of people who've like had a big splash and then kind of petered out. He has like,
he's a big ending.
Comes back, he's big and then big again.
He comes back strong.
That's good.
But he's only like, I feel like he's only in a couple of, the moments he's in it big most of the time, right? Sometimes he just has like a little quick thing here or there, but they're big, but then they're gone for a long time and then he comes back big and disappears for a long time. And
he's also in book 3 too, right? Where he like isn't he the one who puts the gray man in the bed or tries to kill Egwene or something? Isn't that him?
I think he kills the gray man. He's the one who kills the gray man that's in Sheriam's bed, right?
Doesn't he throw something at it? Doesn't Egwene like almost get hit by something?
That wasn't Slayer. That was the gray man.
Okay.
He kills the gray man in Sheriam's bed. He kills the couple thinking that they're.
But that's like in Winter's Heart or something.
That's in Winter's Heart, yeah.
Yeah. And that's just like, he just shows up, kills him, and leaves. It's not even, there's nothing.
Yeah, that's just like, hey, remember this dude? He's cool. Yeah. But I think the biggest thing for him is that, or the thing that I would say, okay, I think it's fair to put him above Alviarin, is that Alviarin's doesn't really have like an antagonist that is going to be in the top 10 of this list, most likely. Whereas Slayer's main antagonist is Perrin, and like, is the,
Perrin's nemesis.
Yeah.
All right. I guess just for that, we can let it slide. I'll let it slide.
Mm-hmm. All right. Number 43, I also think is not going to get shredded for their ranking.
Wow.
On this list.
I spoke too soon.
Oh no, I looked at 42, but whatever. At 43, no, 42, I think I get shredded. But 43 is a character whose name I always wince before I attempt to pronounce. Aegean. Sorry.
Oh, you could just call her Llewellyn Shipless.
Sure, Llewellyn Shipless. Yes. So
yeah, She's in it a lot. She's in it a lot. She is. You're right. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not gonna she does anything. She takes like a very much of a back seat. I want to say like book 10, 11, but then she comes back at the very end and has a big part at the very end.
She does.
And she's so big in the middle books. Like she's the person that makes you think that maybe all the Shanshin aren't bad.
Yeah. And she's your Shanshin kind of like, what's it called? I lost the words.
I don't know.
Exhibitioner. I don't want to say exhibitioner.
But she's the person who gives you insight into the Shanshin.
The expositioner.
Right. And I think she's the first Shanshin that you get a sense like is a person and like a good person at that. Like you have a lot of sympathy for her, I think, throughout the series.
Yeah. I'll go back and edit this into it. She's our window into the Shanshin.
There you go.
Culture.
All right.
Okay. I'm not going to shred her. I don't know if I'm going to shred anybody.
42. I don't know why this person's this high.
Oh, here we go.
Cerelia.
Oh.
I feel like she belongs a couple of notches down. I would put her ahead of Aludra, but not as. I don't know. She'd be right around Alviarin. I'm not sure if I'd put her in front of or behind Alviarin.
I don't know. To me, she's the Aiel Cadswain, who is another character that I can't. If they weren't in the books, I wouldn't be too upset. I don't know. Cerelia.
She's in a lot though, and she's
a big character. She's a big character.
She's a big character in the books.
It's not about like who do we like.
I know,
but characters.
I guess
I think I would bump her down a couple of notches though.
Yeah, I don't think. To me, I would put her. I think she's below Alviar. I think that I would put her in that. Yeah, Elias, Aludra, like Leandra. I think that's a good Cerelia spot.
Okay, I'm okay with that. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with her being up here.
And she is the first person with more than 50% of the vote.
Wow.
493 out of 972 votes.
So that's Cerelia, and then right before Cerelia was Slayer, right?
No, it was Egan.
Oh, I'm sorry, Eganon.
Yeah.
So that's the line right there.
Yeah, that is it. All right.
Cerelia, first person to get more than 50% of her votes.
Right.
Wow.
And who's she up against? A lot of Satella Nons. All right. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah. Coming in at number 41, Demandred.
Yeah. I want to say he should be lower because he's just not in a ton of the books. He just like pops up here and there and has a conversation and then leaves. I feel like they talk about Demandred more than he's actually in it.
Yeah. And I think that we as a fandom talked about Demandred much more than he's actually in the books.
Yes, for sure. And right, I feel like, I feel like this is like one of those optical illusions or something, or the Mandela effect going on here. Like he's not as main of a character, I think, as some of the people we've just talked about. Would you put you put him above Samael, Tom?
I wouldn't, but I'm biased. I'm very, very biased. I think that Demandred is intended to be the uber like what Bilal and Ravine and Samael were, these like warlord governing Forsaken people. He's meant to be like the top one of those, right? He's like the final boss. He does it better than anyone else does. And like, it's kind of portrayed that they were two male Forsaken who considered themselves Lews Therin's equal. And he was one of them, right? And I love the fact that he doesn't ever get to fight Rand, like at all.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quiet for a lot of this because I don't remember, the end of the books, but you do get the sense that like it is like a final boss, like the people that don't die or that we don't come across until the end are like better than there's like the first level of Forsaken, then like the second level, and then like the third level.
Yeah.
I would say he's on like the top level, but then you don't get to see him that much until the end.
Yeah.
Until closer to the end.
I mean,
and it's like
big at the end.
He's big at the end, and he like you literally have to level up in characters to finally defeat him. Like he's like Gawain, Gilad, and like they go with like more stuff. Like Gawain goes with the blood knife rings, and then Gilad has like the medallion, and like then Land goes with like he's got all the stuff. They light the way with the arrows and shit. Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
But yeah, I think he's structured and given more weight than he actually has in the story. And I think you nailed it before, Joe. He said like people talk about him, or he's kind of implied more than he actually appears.
Yeah. So I guess that's having a strong effect on the story. So
yeah.
All right.
Okay, closing at the top 40 or the bottom 40, I guess. At number 40, Sheriam Bayanar. And I don't know if I knew that was her last name.
Sheriam.
Sheriam.
I would put I like her ahead of all these other characters. I like her here. I don't know if I feel like she might be too far down.
She's again front, like she kind of dies down towards the second half of the series. Like once she's found out to be Black Aja, then she's kind of
literally
do much. Yeah, she doesn't really do much after that.
I know, but that's like, what book is that?
Oh, I don't know if you officially know she's Black Aja until.
Oh, is it like Winter's
8?
Heart? Or,
yeah, I mean that's
book
like
9. Yeah,
more than half the series.
That's true.
It's pretty big.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a little more than half series. You're right. Okay.
Where she's like a pretty big character. Yeah. Not huge, but she's in a substantial part, I think, of like almost every book.
Yeah.
Right? If you think like.
She's also, I think, one of the most shocking.
She's the most shocking reveal, I think.
Yeah. She's so sympathetic and like, everyone trusts her, you know?
Oh, wow. Yeah, this is, I don't know. This is getting tougher as we go down.
I guess that's the idea. All right, going into number 39, Asmodean.
Ugh.
Asmodean then is above Shiriam and like Alviarin? How does that happen? And above Demon Dread and Samael?
You think about it this way. Even
like a book and a half?
He's in a book and a half, but
he's in a lot of it. He's in a lot
all over.
Yeah.
He is. Like, there's a lot of him.
Yeah, it's a lot of him.
Yeah,
and you never get a POV, I don't think. You never even get a POV from him. Well, maybe you do. Maybe you get
when he dies.
His death
when he dies, yeah. But I've been before that.
I feel like he affects the story, but like not as much as you think he's going to.
Yes.
Well, because he dies
so abruptly. Like, yeah.
I don't know. This is really interesting because he's only in like a book and a half. He's in and we're saying he's in a lot of them, but he's not really in a lot of the books. Like when you go back and read, you're like, oh, wait a sec. No, he's not in as much as I thought he was. I don't think he belongs above Demon Dread and not even Samael.
Above
Shiriam.
Yeah.
Or Alviarin even.
He probably has more lines than Demon Dread in the entire series.
Yeah, I believe that.
And he gives you so much like he gives you a lot of insight into like
he's another like Ingtar Huron type character where we're like he's in a lot of a book.
Yeah.
But then he's gone. So I don't know if he belongs this high though.
His effect lasts on.
But anybody could have taught Rand how to channel. I mean, it's not like
who's anybody?
Any of the other Forsaken could have done it. Like it's not like it needed to be Asmodean necessarily.
No, but it was Asmodean.
Oh, I know, but it was only in a book and a half. That was it, and he's dead.
I know he shouldn't be this high. He should be lower.
I don't think so. People just like him. I think this was part of our fear that people were just going to pick the character that they liked better.
Yeah, but they ruined the entire thing. By liking Asmodean.
I was looking at the list again. Yeah, I'd put him below Agenor.
I wouldn't do that.
Because you're including.
Because that's Shiva.
Yeah, because of that whole thing.
Yes, you're right.
He's in a lot of
Yes.
But the voters have spoken, and we have to abide by their votes. And he's the 39th person on the list. At number 38, friend of the show, at least her actress, is Liana Sharif.
Like Brendan?
So Liana's ahead of Alviarin and Shiriam?
Yes.
I don't think that's right.
I don't know.
You love Alviarin, Joe.
I do love Alviarin.
Tom loves Alviarin.
I literally, she's like Liana character for me.
She doesn't really have her own story though. Not much.
She does.
She does. Yeah, she does.
She does change Aja's and she changes her whole demeanor. She
rediscovers herself.
Yeah. She does she's all that. She has like a she's all that moment, I guess, right?
It's true. That's exactly what it is. And she has like she's in like the whole series. Like there's not many characters that are in.
No,
there's a lot of her and Swan and Egwene and all that.
It's just I don't know. I feel like it's her. It's Egwene and Swan, and Leandra's just kind of there. It's like a third wheel.
You're not even getting her name right.
What did I say?
Leandrin.
I said Leandrin. Sorry.
No, she's.
My mind is.
I don't know. I think she's there. Like her and Swan are like pretending to hate each other, and
yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I think
30.
This is 38.
38.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't think she's higher than
I'll
Shuriam.
accept it. I'll accept it.
And okay. I mean, like someone like Alviarin has a whole story arc, and she affects the plot line of the story. Like,
yeah. So I think with Alviarin, we've basically said like she needs to be higher up.
She's the new Galena.
She's the new Galena.
It's always the Black Aja, I guess.
That's it.
All right, go ahead.
All right, at number 37, Alana Mosvani.
All right,
That's definitely show goggles.
No, I think I was going to say she probably belongs higher.
Really?
She really doesn't do anything after she bonds Rand.
That's true.
Like, it doesn't do anything.
She goes missing. She shows up at the end, though. You're right.
Yeah,
She's
gone.
She goes missing for like. She goes. You're right. You're right. I think you're right. You're show bias. I got my show goggles on.
Yeah. She had huge impact to the plot, but like not by. Like once she makes that impact, that's pretty much it.
We should buy those black glasses, like the Harry Potter glasses, with no frames, and just hand them out to everyone and call them show goggles. And walk on. Put on your show goggles.
Like every character.
Take your show goggles off.
I will say this. I think that, just speaking about this, I think we said it before, but show Alana is so much better in every way than book Alana. So,
I like Alana in the books, but
I do too.
They're just giving this, show Alana. She's just taking the role of some of the other Aes Sedai.
Yeah, they're giving her the coolest parts of other Aes Sedai and putting them all in like one person.
Exactly.
So.
That's right. At number 36, Davram Bashir.
Ooh.
He, I think, is another person that he may be ranked a little too high because he's so cool. Like, he's in a lot.
He's in a lot of it.
He's in a lot of it, but how much of it is like, he doesn't have his own storyline. He just shows up to be another father figure for Rand and a father figure for Perrin.
And an actual father for Perrin, you mean?
Yeah. Like, he's very cool.
He is very cool.
Like that's, I don't know. He doesn't
That's not what this is.
Yeah, it's not a coolest thing. He'd probably be higher up on the cool rankings, I think. But like, he's in a lot. He's in a lot. He shows up in the end of book 5. He shows up.
I think so.
Yeah. And then he's like Rand's like number 1 guy at the beginning of book 6. Like, that's it. But yeah, I think
also one of the 5 commanders.
He's one of the 5 great captains.
Captains, okay, sorry.
Right,
we've gone through. I think he was the highest one, right? Of all we already said all of them. I think.
Yes,
we went.
Other than the 2 guys who are probably great captains but aren't named so in Lan and Matt. Yeah.
Yes, but he's the highest ranking great captain on this list.
Yeah,
that's fitting.
That's
right.
Fair.
Oh, is he? Did we do Odell?
Yeah.
Is he on this list?
Who?
Yeah, it's Geraldo. He's number. Where do you go?
Yeah,
he's here.
Is Gareth Bryn even on this?
Oh no, we didn't do Bryn. Nope, we didn't do Bryn yet.
I don't think Bryn is he on.
We'll
on the
find
list.
out.
He is. He's on the list.
Okay.
You guys have the list. I said
definitely did Ing Tar.
Yeah, you have the alphabetical list.
Rodell was 53. He was he was the next highest ranking one.
Yeah. So
Bryn
Bashir
is going to be the highest ranking.
Yeah,
one,
he's
Bryn yet.
And Bryn is a character that gets his own POVs and has his own plot and
okay.
All right.
Next.
All right. At 35, Talmanis.
Talmanis and Bashir. This is a good comparison, the 2 of them, because they're both characters who spend a lot of time with the main characters,
like supporting.
Yeah,
not necessarily.
I think. Yeah, I mean, Talmanis ends up being, I think, more of a direct wingman, probably, like for Matt in the middle books.
Yeah, because they're friends.
Yes, because they're actual friends and consider each other peers. And
Bashir's more like you said, he's more of a father type figure.
And has no friends.
Yeah, so
except men.
And he like clearly puts himself under Rand, like I work for you or whatever. I think Talmadus becomes a bigger character as the books progress. Like he gets his own plot line in the last book.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. All right.
So I'm okay with him being a little higher ranked. That's the wrong window. Sorry. All right. Moving on to 34 on our list. Grendel.
Okay.
I'm okay with her being ahead of all the. I think, yeah, she's in a lot of the books.
Yeah.
She pops up frequently.
Yeah. She's in a lot of books is what I meant to say.
Yeah. Okay. No, I was gonna, because I'm thinking like she's consistently in the books. She's not like, she doesn't have huge parts. Like it's not like huge chunks of the book about her, but she's like consistently popping up in like almost every book.
Yeah. She becomes, Jen referenced it before, like at the end, there is only like the top level Forsaken left, and she's one of them.
Yeah.
Right. So,
and she's one of the few Forsaken who lives.
Yeah. Although
her brain is
mindless and yeah. All right. Okay. Speaking of wingmen, at number 33, I think we voted this person the best wingman in the series, Gaul.
Oh.
Okay.
Gaul.
I wish you could see.
Yeah.
For those of you who are just listening, I wish you could see Joe's face, the last two names, because it's just a lot of really pensive thinking as he soaks in the name.
Soaking, it's osmosis into the brain, diffusing. Yeah, I'm okay with this one here, I guess. Yeah, this sounds good. I don't have anything to say about this.
Okay. All right. At number 32, just mentioned recently, Gareth Bryn.
Gaul is so okay. I'm sorry. Stop for a second for Gareth Bryn. So Gaul is to Perrin as Talmanas is to Matt, right? I mean, I think right.
Yeah.
Then, do you think Talmanas belongs? Do you think Gaul belongs ahead of Talmanas?
I think Gaul's in more of the series. He shows up in book 2, right? Book 3. Book 3. And so he beats Talmanas by a book. And I think he has more plot line. Like he's always tangential, or not tangential, but he's always like secondary to Perrin, but he has stuff going on the entire time. Where Talmanas is like slowly builds to be that guy.
Okay.
That's the only reason I think I'd rank him higher.
I liked how they were really close to each other though, so
me too.
Because they're very similar characters in the sense of like they're the the Robin to Matt and Perrin's Batman.
There you go. And really, Bryn and Bashir are very close too. They're 5 spots away from each other. And the rankings here, you're talking about Davin Bashir got 56% of his votes. Gareth Bryn got 58.
Okay.
Right. 2%.
So there's a bunch of people in between, but it's both really close. So yeah, Gareth, again, like we talked about a little before, he's got POVs when he's got his own plot line, his own romance. I will say the fact that and I never realized this when I was reading the books, but the fact that I found out after the books that he was influenced by Robert E. Lee makes me like him less. But they're all dead now, so it's fine.
So interesting though. I guess because he has his POVs, like you said, and he's got more story to him. I'm very surprised that he's higher than Gaul. But I get it, right? You're right. He's got his own POVs and that stuff. So
yeah,
I guess I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think that's probably really the only reason. And it's very close. And again, Gaul actually got more first place. He got more winning votes. He just had more overall votes for him. So, all right. 31, Morgay Strachan.
Yeah, I guess so. As much as I don't like her character that much.
Yeah, 31. I'll put her here.
She's got her own story going on. She's got a lot of story going on.
I think she's higher. She's higher than anyone else we've said so far, except for maybe Grendel, maybe. But like, yeah, Morgase's got a lot.
We're getting top 30 now. We're getting
high up there.
All right.
We're gonna hit some names. I feel like we're going to 21 tonight.
Yeah,
we're gonna hit some big names. I feel like
we're getting there.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so let's round out the top 30. With Hopper.
Wow, our first non-human on the list.
First non-human.
Maybe the only non-human on the list.
No, I doubt it.
No, there's gonna be
at least one more.
At least one more non-human. Probably only one more non-human.
Think about it, Joe.
I don't know what. Okay, I don't know.
Okay, well, you'll find out.
He's our only non-humanoid, I would say.
That's true. Right? That's true. Yeah, Hopper. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with Hopper being where he is. I'm even fine with him being above Morgase.
To be honest, he shouldn't be above Morgase. I mean,
he doesn't have his own storyline.
He does have his own storyline.
He does.
He dies.
He dies.
He dies. Okay.
He has a desire, right? As a living creature, he has a desire. Right. He always wishes he could fly. He dies. He gets to. Yeah, he is
POV.
I don't think he has any POV. He might actually. He might, but I don't think so. But he is the character who tells us about what it is like to be a wolf, right? Which is a whole race of creatures in the series. There's multiple wolf characters.
It's a whole race of creatures in real life too, Tom. It's not that crazy.
Well, I don't know if I don't call wolves
species. That's true. Sorry.
Yeah, they're species, right? Here they're
you said
intelligent, race. Right? And I think that
I don't think he belongs.
Like he makes a choice, right? He makes a choice.
We don't get any Hopper POVs, that's for sure. Never.
Said that already, Joe. Pay attention.
Yeah, but I think that he's okay. Let's put this, right. We talked about this. I talked about this in other areas, right? Like there's main characters, right? Your Brands and Perrins and Nats.
Primary characters, we call them.
Right. Yeah. And then there's secondary characters, and then there's people who support the main. And I don't even know if Morgase is really there to support Perrin or Elaine. I think
I don't think she supports. She's having her own thing going on. That's what I'm saying. She's like a whole story unto herself.
But her story's resolution is what? Is to let Elaine take the throne and help Gilad, and I don't know, help Gilad and Perrin deal with the whole White Cloak stuff.
I'm not saying I like it. I'm saying though she's got a pretty strong arc and story that revolves around her.
I gotcha. All right. I guess it's
Hopper is like you said. You're saying, and I get what you're saying, right? You're talking about characters that are in service of other characters. She's not. She's in service of herself mostly. I mean, you could say a little bit of of Elaine, but she's her own character. People are in service of her.
I guess so. I could be convinced.
She's a queen.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, I guess I to my mind, I feel like Hopper is, I don't know.
He's a cool wolf character.
He's a cool wolf. I think perhaps because it's just this exclusivity, right? It makes him, to my mind, bigger in the story. But all right.
Let's ask Hopper what he thinks about being number, what is he, 30?
He's number 30.
Number 30.
That's not the Hopper sound.
No, that wasn't. That's not Hopper.
Do the other one.
What, this one?
Yeah.
He's at 29. He wants 29. Yeah. All right. We'll get 29 right now, Hopper, and find out who just edged you out. There you go. That's it.
The whole pack is upset.
We come. Number 29. Huh.
We're in the 20s, everybody. Sorry, Tom.
It's Gilad Damadred. Gilad.
All right.
I'm fine with him being above. I feel like Gilad is now, we're now getting to, like the Galad Morghese level of like, these are people with their own storylines in this series, right?
Yes.
I think Galad's a bigger character.
You know what this means, though. Gawain is higher than Galad.
Which is wrong.
Or no one voted for Gawain.
Or Gawain's not on the list. He's somehow zero
fell off the list.
I think John from What Up just sat there all day clicking Gawain.
Just refreshing the screen.
Anytime
only vote for the Gawain ones.
He would skip all the other ones and just go only when Gawain pops up. Okay. Galad, yeah. Okay. I'm good with Galad here.
Yeah, I think he's low. I think he's actually low ranked on this list. I think that there's going to be characters. I think he's my next character that I'm going to be like, this guy's not as big as Galad. All right. We're going on to 28. And here's the first one that I think is not as big as Galad. Amis.
Oh, yeah. Galad belongs above Amis.
I would say Amis is probably, even though she doesn't...
She probably belongs below Gareth Bryn.
Yeah.
Below Gaul, maybe?
Yeah.
Right around that area, probably.
I would say like she probably belongs below Cerelia, who I think is ranked too high. Like Amis is the first wise one that you meet, but what does she do after book 5?
The main wise one. That's like she's like the wise one.
She's not anymore. Cerelia becomes the main wise one.
She's the main wise one.
I mean, in my heart,
she's the first wise one.
She's like the one that I always think of. Cerelia is like the old lady that they're like, okay, Cerelia.
Amis is like one of the most powerful wise one channelers.
Yes,
right. She might be the most powerful of the ones that we meet.
I'm okay with her being down where you said in that Gaul area.
I think she deserves to be a few spots down.
Yeah, I think that people ranking Amis high are the same people that rank Huron and Ingtar high. Because she's the first one that you meet.
She makes a big impression. Shadow Rising and Fires of Heaven, and then she kind of quiets down a bit after that.
Right. The wise ones themselves just become
I think
not as important to the series.
Anytime you talk about the wise ones, I feel like she's there. She's in it. But yeah, the wise ones aren't as like prevalent as they.
Yeah, and then once like and they become like almost like a monolithic group. Like I don't know. Like what are the different personality traits between Amis and Bear? Really?
Well, Bear's like very hard. Yeah, she's old and she's like very hard nosed, right? Amis is a little bit more sympathetic, a little more a bit more of a little more motherly. Right? No, isn't Bear like the very like hard?
I thought Bear was the one that was more. This is what I'm talking about. I thought Bear was the one that was like Amis is the one who used to be a maiden.
Your incompetencies are the story's fault because you mixed them up.
No, I think you're mixing them up, first of all, and I think that my point is like, I think that like I don't think there's any real tangible difference. Like you can say like Cerelia is like the wise one's wise one. Like even wise ones are intimidated by her. She's like the uber person, right? I think Melaine is the emotional, hot-headed one, and Bear's
like a no-nonsense.
Make jokes about everybody.
Okay.
I
feel Amis is nicer than Bear.
She is.
Like she's that's.
All right.
Bear's probably the one I know like the least about. I feel like I don't know. Move on.
At number 27, again, I think below Galad, Gawain Tricad.
Okay. He does belong above Galad. He has more, I think, face time and more of a story around him.
In a lot of the books, and he's a very important character to certain people.
Blah, blah, blah. I mean, what's the next
not
one?
Us.
I think like
he should be there.
I don't know if he's as important a character in the series. Like he's Egwene's love interest.
But
so
he's in a lot of it. Like
they're both in a lot of it. Galad's in a lot of the series.
Yeah, but Galad doesn't do as much as Gawain, I think, and doesn't have as big of an impact on the story as Gawain does.
You think so? Galad leads the White Cloaks.
Yeah, but
Galad, when Gawain's not on screen, right, for most of book 4, right, for book 5 for the most part, like Galad's in there. He's helping drive the girl's story along. He
shows up in
causing
like
riots in Samara.
He does. He's in one chapter in there, maybe 2, if that much. I don't.
And then
I think Gawain is bigger than Galad.
Gawain
more main.
He's more of a main character.
No, the younglings are like they don't do anything. They're just around.
They're like traveling with the Aes Sedai. They don't do anything, but like we got a lot of POV. I don't know. I just feel like he's in.
I do feel like we get more POV of him than we do of Galad as well.
Yes, because a lot of the time you see Galad, it's from other people's points of view. Yeah, and maybe that's it. All right, I'll take that.
They're very close to each other anyway.
Yeah, they're only 2 away from each other. So.
That's true. At number 26, Tam Althor.
Okay.
I'm people are gonna shred me for this one, but Tam belongs much lower. He's not a main character. I'm not saying that all these people are main characters, but Gawain, Morghese, maybe Amis is like maybe Tam should be around Amis, but I feel like Morghese, Gawain, Galad all should be above Tam. Tam should probably be down somewhere around Galena.
Yeah. I
maybe
agree
even
with
below
you, actually,
the Galena.
Joe.
He might even belong below the Casban line.
Yeah, Tam's in the first 8 chapters of the first book. He gets talked about in one other book. He's in book 4, and then when is he back?
Well, he's with Perrin, right? So
book 9. Book 9. He comes back in Winter's Heart.
Isn't he there with Perrin the whole time? Doesn't he? He doesn't.
No, he stays back. He comes with the 2 Rivers soldiers.
Okay,
when Perrin brings them back,
and he doesn't.
So
he's just
doesn't
around.
do that much. Really, he's around until he has the meeting with Rand.
And he's at the end of the book, like he's leading soldiers. And things like
he's
that.
leading. He's got a part to play in the last battle. I think once he comes back, I think, to the forefront when he reunites with Rand. Then he's around being good, but I don't think he's I think he's just really great, and that's fine. I don't know. If you're gonna vote anybody emotionally high, Tam Althor is the right person to vote.
But he was supposed to be the main character.
He was supposed to be the main character. That's true. It's true. It's a good point, Jen. All right. At 25, Ruark. A lot of Rand father figures here.
Yeah. Ruark above Bashir and Bryn. I don't know. I think he belongs in between Bryn and Bashir.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I love Ruark. I think he's great, but like he's another one where like he's just kind of a constant. What happens to at the end is like, just kills me every time I think about it, because I feel like he's such his own man, right? For like a better term.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I'm not pushing him that far down, but I think he belongs a little bit lower.
Yeah. I guess, he maybe just because he interacts with like more character, maybe. I don't know. He doesn't really do that though. Even though he's not any more higher up than any of the other clan chiefs, he's the clan chief that you get to know, So, all right. So we said earlier, like, hey guys, before this show is over, we're going to hit some big names. At number 24 is the first person that I would call a big name.
Wow.
This is somebody that I think is ranked way too low on the list.
Wow.
Okay. Is it the dark
Padan
one?
Fain.
Padan Fain. Wow.
Padan Fain, I could argue it should be top 15.
So
really?
Remember when we did this as the Patreon episode, I kept giving Padden Fane over a lot of people, and he wound up being very high because he does kind of peter out in the
he does at the end, but like
back half of the series, like especially like that middle back half.
Yeah, but like I don't know, he's
24.
24 is high.
It's high. I don't know
but
who's above
I
him,
think
though.
he should be higher. Padden Fane to me
He's top 20 maybe.
Yeah, easy top 20.
Yeah.
Easy top 20.
I don't know. I don't know until you say more names, so I can't.
I don't know who's next. I don't know who's above him.
So let's find out so we can talk about this because I have a feeling it's going to be a conversation.
All right, at number 23, Cad Swain.
Oh, Fane belongs above Cad Swain. Yeah. Get out of here.
Fane above Cad Swain. Fane
above Cad Swain. Fane above. Gosh. There you go. That's another show.
Cad Swain should be way down on this list.
I love him way down.
Not way down, like above the Galita line, above the Casbah line, but like.
Do you think?
I would say
you put her above Alviarin?
No, I honestly don't think that Cad Swain does anything of importance in the series at all. Like, I think that she's there to be a person, but like nothing she does.
So like in the 40s, you're saying maybe?
Yeah, I don't think anything she does has any particular impact on the series. I feel like I think she's a complete failure, and she's really, really annoying.
Yeah, but that's not the question, though.
No, but my point is like I think if she, let's put it this way, if she had been successful in any way at handling Rand, even if she like helped him get to a point where he got to a point that it helped him, like, it'd be great. But all she did was like bungle that. And she's just somebody who's like supposed to be really good at what she does and isn't, but everyone still treats her like she's really good at what she does because she's very powerful. I don't know.
Well, she gets the job done, Tom.
No.
Yes.
She literally nothing she does.
Not in the way that you thought it was going to happen, but everything turned out well. They won the last battle, and Rand fought the Dark One and defeated him.
You could just as well thank Huron for the amount of how she helped Rand get to where Rand needed to be.
All right. So when does Cad Swain show up in
7? Book 7?
Is it that early? Wow.
So when does he? So 8.
So she's in half the series.
She shows up. Yeah, I think. Well, I think she shows up before she meets Rand.
It's in one of those books. All right. So whatever. Yeah. It's in 7 or 8. So she's halfway through the series.
Yeah.
And when she's got a decent amount of screen time.
She does. Time. I think probably from like book 9 on, she's pretty big in the series.
So does she belong ahead of like Gowan and Galad and Morghese? She's probably in that area. I would put her around there. So I wouldn't put her that much lower, I don't think. But you think she belongs below Alviarin?
Yes, I do. I think that Alviarin is a bigger part in the series than she does.
All right. I definitely don't think she belongs in this spot. I think she's definitely too high, and I'm very surprised. Maybe a bunch of people just finished reading the series or in the second half of it.
I got people like I don't know. I think she does have a lot of screen time. That's fine. I don't think that she's. I think that she's too high. That's all right. 22 is next. And 22 is Tuon.
Oh wow!
I'm going to read her full name: Tuon Athem Kor Pendrag.
Fortuona.
Fortuana, if you will. Empress Fortuana.
Wow. I might think she definitely belongs lower, I think. Right?
I don't know.
When does she show up? In book 8? 7? 8?
9.
9? She doesn't show up till book 9. And I mean, she's with Matt.
She's the main character immediately. She shows up and she's the main character immediately.
She does get a lot of screen time.
Yeah. So Tuon is more important than Gowan?
Not more important. More of a main character.
I think she's more of a main character than Gowan.
All right, yeah. We got to get back to that question.
I put her below Fane, but that's it so far.
More of a main character. Yes, she's definitely a main character. When she shows up, she becomes a main character.
Yeah.
One of the main characters. Fane, no, I agree. I think Fane belongs ahead of her, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. This is the last one for the night. 21.
21. This is the last one for the night.
Oh, wow.
Who are we ending up with? Okay. All right. The last one for the night, Mazrim Taim.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That's a big one.
That's a big name. I still, you know what? I'd still probably put Fane ahead of him.
I don't.
But he's big.
No. Wow. I think
he becomes a Forsaken.
Becomes a Forsaken. He's as where Fane kind of peters off towards the second half. He doesn't. Yeah. Taim just gets more and more formidable.
Yeah.
It's
true.
He might deserve to be higher. We don't even know this. Taim and Fane. That's good.
What do you think? Anything?
They're neck and neck.
I like him this high. I don't know. I might even put him above. Yeah, I might put him above Fane.
Yeah, I could argue that, and I could live with it. He might belong even higher. He's number 21. There's only 20 characters left.
There's a lot of characters left that we didn't say.
There's a lot of big characters left.
There's, the Forsaken, there's the upper Forsaken, right? We've done all of them really, except we haven't said Lanfear and Ashamael yet, right?
Yeah, there's two Forsaken. There's the Edmonds Fielders.
There's the Edmonds Field 5, Moraine and Lan. The dark one is the dark one on the list. Oh, Tom.
Yeah, Tom.
Yeah. Loyal.
Yeah, Loyal.
Yeah, Joe. If I remember the other non-human that'll be on the list.
Dana said it in the chat. So
okay.
Wow, there's some others too. I can't even think of them, and they're going to be in this top 20.
Elaine. Avienda.
Min, yeah.
Thail, yeah.
Oh, Thail too, yeah. All right, this is going to be interesting. We're going to argue these.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Next week is going to be our top 20. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I know who number 1 is. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure. I'm really curious as to who number 2 is going to be.
I would be interested to find out if who we think number 1 is not number 1. That would be very funny.
No, yeah, well, it's possible. It's possible. Yeah, but I'm to me, I'm almost more curious to see who number 2 is than to see who number 1 is.
It could be, and I don't know how close they are. We'll find out when we see them, how close the votes are. It could just be a matter of, how many times they appeared in a matchup.
Yeah.
That could have edged one of them out. I'd be interested if there's any that are like so close where they're just like a vote off or something, but don't look, Tom.
Well, no, I'm not going to go ahead, but I'll tell you because you mentioned that, these last 4 that we've kind of argued about, like, should they be higher up or lower down with Pat and Fane, Cadsuane, Tuon, and Taim. Pat and Fane's significantly below them, I think, in regards to vote percentages. So he's got 63, 64% of the vote, 652 out of 1,019 votes.
I think
Cadsuane's
go ahead, sorry.
Cadsuane's at 67, and Tuon and Mazrim Taim are unbelievably close. Tuon's at 68.90, and Taim is 68.93.
Oh my God, that's like a vote difference.
Yeah. So it's very, very close. So I think it could be something like that kind of edges somebody out as we get towards the top. I thought, like, when we started this, like, I think Jen and I both said, like, oh man, we should probably do this in reverse order because the top is going to be boring. But I don't think it is. I think I'm going to be really excited as we go through it to find out who is going to be in those slots and how it's going to shake out.
Yes. I never thought the top was going to be boring. We knew who were going to be in the top like 10 or 15, but we didn't know what order they were going to be in. And I think that's the fun part. I think I'm just thinking now with Fane too, like, I think a lot of fans are still upset about like the way his story ended. And maybe that's why people were like, oh, he could have been much more of a main character. But
yes. He's built up to be like, it's going to be a 3-way battle at the end. And that's not what.
Yeah. All right. I think this is a good place to wrap it up then. So you're going to have to check out next week's episode to find out who the top 20 are. And if you didn't hear numbers 88 through 51, go back 2 episodes and listen to that because you need to hear everything. You need to know everything. You don't want to miss out on any of this. I want to remind everyone to follow us on social media. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Join us over in Discord to continue the conversation there. We also post our episodes on YouTube, so be sure to go to our YouTube page and like and subscribe. Rate and review us wherever you listen to podcasts, and check out our merchandise and Patreon pages to support us that way. Tom and Jen, do you have any final thoughts? Oh, I will post this on the website with the other ones, so you can look for that shortly too if you want to go back and look at the list. Any last words, Tom and Jen?
Tomorrow is my son's 7th birthday, so happy birthday, Teddy.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Happy Father's Day, Joe.
Thanks everyone for listening, and you'll hear us next time.